Fáilte Even Shogli Saint Nave Katrina Nuv Clehe Canish or Clehe Boutadogan Mishkil the Sheecher Crave Sheecher Mont Corky either Corson Bale Dorish Bride Rovers and Castlelyons. Welcome here to St Catherine's this evening for a very eagerly awaited clash between county finalists Bride Rovers and their near neighbours Castlelyons. First of all, the Bride Rovers team. Goalkeeper Dennis Fitzgerald. Wearing number 2, Aidan Collins. Number 3 is Brendan Walsh. 4, Trevor Maloney. 5, Michael Carney. 6th, Captain Brian Murphy. 7, James Murphy. 8, Padraig Murphy. 9, Barry Johnson. 10, Sean Ryan. 11, Jerome O'Driscoll. 12, Michael Collins. 13, Colin O'Keefe. 14, Donald Ryan. And 15, the young man that had his Leaving Cert English this morning, Daniel Dooley. Among the subs tonight are Terry Broderick will wear 17, Stephen Boyce 18, Shane Carney wears 19, Niall Fitzgerald wears 20, Liam Ford 21, Jason Pratt wears 22, Richie Cahill wears 23, Brendan O'Driscoll wears 24, Gavin O'Flynn wears 25, Jim O'Connor wears 26, Kieran Manley wears 27, Daniel Lane wears 28, Jason Mannix 29, and James Birmingham wears number 30. Team managed by Liam Barry. And the Castlelyons team tonight is Brian Sheehan. Wearing number 2 is Barry O'Connell. Wearing number 3 is Barry Fitzgerald. Wearing number 4 Sean Kenny. Wearing number 5 is Declan Sexton. Wearing number 6 is Kieran McCann. 7 is Peter Murphy. 8 Finnan Walters. 9 Leo Sexton. 10 Timmy McCarthy. 11 Declan Wallace. 12 Sean Cotter. 13 Aidan O'Sullivan. 14 Eamon Fitzgerald. And 15 Rob Feeney.
Will be playing Killer in the semi-final of the Abernethy Cup, and we will urge you to support.
Okay, the ref for tonight's game is Mr. Dave Copps from Ballyhay. His 2 assistants are 2 local lads. So that's Timmy trying to pick it up, Timmy McCarthy from Castlelyons. No room over at the moment, very tight. Both teams very eager at this early stage, as I said. Round 2 of the county championship, but local derby. Local pride, local bragging rights at stake. Here come Rovers. The man they call Tiggy, Michael Collins. Cut out there by the opposing midfielder, Leo Sexton. Mopped up there by Brian Murphy, Rovers captain. Down towards Julie's. Fine crowd here tonight to watch this local derby as such. Padraig Murphy. Captain Barry Fitzgerald clears his lines there. Long one. Down to the opposing full forward line. Into the hands full forward Eamon Fitzgerald. First strike, Eamon draws. So just a minute and 10 seconds or so gone. Eamon Fitzgerald's first to register score for Castlelyons. These teams last met in a championship way back in '97 when Castlelyons won the East Cork Junior A final. All the local scribes would have Rovers as favourites today. Obviously Rovers got to the county final last year. Castlelyons were beaten in the second round by Newtown Shandrum. Castlelyons again on the attack. Declan Wallace. Declan still has it. Strong running by Declan. Dangerous ball across the goal. Ably dealt with there by Dennis Fitzgerald. Dennis asking a lot there of his midfielder, Padraig Murphy. Padraig does the hard work, but unfortunately in the greasy conditions the ball slips out of his hand over the side. Sideline cut for Castlelyons. Kieran McCann is taking it. Kieran wearing number 6 but has started tonight in the midfield area along with Peter Murphy wearing number 7. Seems as they both changes already. They both seem to be gone out centre field in direct swaps with Finian Walters and Leo Sexton. Great cut, but unfortunately gone off to the right, but had the distance, but accuracy just let him down there. Yeah, definitely those two half-backs from Castlelyons have taken up midfield positions. Jenny Fitzgerald beyond centre field. Picked up by Barry Johnson. Barry low one. And towards Donald Ryan. Donald beaten. Brian Murphy races back for that one. Cleared out the far side of the field. Plenty of space, but is there a Rovers man? Racing out the Faroe, Daniel Dooley. Barry Johnson now tries this side. Won by Michael Collins, the man they call Tiggy. Tiggy loses out. Jerome tenacious play there by Colm O'Keefe. Or by Aidan O'Sullivan. Aidan still has it under extreme pressure from Peter Murphy. James Slitter out on centre field again. Tussling for it there is Sean Ryan. Unfortunately, Sean loses out. Here comes the line, boys. Kieran McCann. Long one, dangerous ball in towards Denny. Well controlled by Denny. Unfortunately, Denny's clearance is not a great one. Only as far as Declan Wallace. Declan places colleague Timmy. And Timmy, with his first effort, unfortunately for Timmy, though, that goes wide. So just over 4 minutes. Castlelyons still that point to the good. Both teams still have to settle. Rovers could possibly do better with their clearances out of defence and find their men. Great strike by Denny. Far side of the field. Sean Ryan. Sean into Barry Johnson. Now Barry has some space. From front of the dugout, Barry. James ball dropping in the goalmouth area. A square ball. Referee Dave Copps there from the 45-yard line adjusts the Bride Rovers forwards were in the square. Brian Sheehan, Lions keeper, to take it out. Pick and strike as cool as you like, down the middle. As far as Finian Walters, Finian, so it's McCann there actually, Kieran McCann. Rovers cornerback Trevor Maloney. Again, the clearance, like I said earlier, the clearance would want to be better. They have it again though. James Murphy tussling for that one. But here comes Lions again. Castlelyons, Sean Cotter. Sean, an error of any forward. Do not put it wide in your own side, but unfortunately for Sean, that's just what happened. So, very early stage, but Castlelyons seem to be doing all the attacking. Brian Murphy. Well won by Daniel. Daniel out for Jerome. Jerome on the ground, first time hurling. Corner into Tiggy. Tiggy beaten that time. So line ball for Rovers here out under the video positioning in the half forward line, the 45-yard line. Or 6. Barry Johnson. Barry Johnson makes it 42. Barry gets under, great strike by Barry, but unfortunately again doesn't have the accuracy. Just like the Castlelyons player some moments ago. Brian Sheehan. This time Rovers' chance maybe to win the puck out. Batted. Here they come again. Now this is Michael Collins. This man can run. Great strike by Michael. Looks good. Looks good from here with a drop short. Great strike by Tiggy. So Tiggy brings the sides level after 7.5 minutes. I think that was one of the first puck outs the Rovers won. It's batted down by Colm O'Keefe. Brian Murphy was involved, but when Collins got it, Collins knew where the posts were. Referee gives free to rather wild pull there maybe. Into the full forward in towards Donald. Donald, ball breaks behind them and goalkeeper delighted and happy to see it go wide. A miserable night here in Castlelyons. Rain teeming in Ballynoe, sorry. Miserable for both sets of players, Castlelyons and Bride Rovers. Pitches looks to be in immaculate condition, but I hope the surface isn't too slippery. After a glorious week, shoulder effort there, but unfortunately not to shoulder. Colm O'Keefe pulled for a shoulder in the back there on Kieran McCann. Kieran's going to leave it for Leo Sexton. But who in turn leaves it for Timmy? Timmy comes all the way back behind his own 65. After coming back, you'd imagine Timmy should fancy his chances. So after coming so far back, is Timmy going to go for the post? Fortunately it goes off to the right and Timmy, but it hasn't got the distance anyway. Free out for a hand on the shoulder there. So free out to the Rovers defence. Dennis Fitzgerald, as the rain teams down even heavier. The game yet to spring to life, really. It's a bit of a stop-start affair. Both sides still playing possibly cat and mouse with each other, but 10 minutes gone, 1 point each. As I said here earlier, great credit to the Ballynoe club. The pitch is immaculate. It's just a pity about the day. The crowd is also very encouraging. Well caught by Michael Collins. Michael tries to find Jerome, but unfortunately the pass was blocked down. Cut out there by the Castlelyons cornerback Barry O'Connell. That's Timmy. Timmy loses Aidan O'Sullivan. Back to Timmy, but unfortunately the ball overran them. Gonna line ball for the Rovers players. Far side of the field between both dugouts. The Rovers substitutes don't seem to feel the rain. They're all on their feet outside the dugout, as are the Lions boys. Lone along the ground. Put out again though off the stick of Sean Kenny. Sean went to pick it up, but unfortunately the slippery slitter just evaded him there. Out to centre to Jerome. Jerome wasn't expecting it, but might work well for Rovers yet. Castlelyons half back there. Peter Murphy clears it. Down. Brian Murphy is under it. Brian loses out to Aidan O'Sullivan. Into Timmy. Timmy has a run his man. Timmy going through. Timmy happy with the point, and yes, Timmy's. So almost 12 minutes. Timmy scores Castlelyons' second point. Timmy got inside his marker there. The angle was very acute, so Timmy decided to pop it over the bar. Leo Sexton. Leo challenged by Jerome. Jerome O'Driscoll. Jerome fouls him. Leo gets past, and unfortunately Jerome was seen. Nothing in it really, but the hand was across his back. Jerome, of course, probably listening to the count if he wasn't at it in Mallow today, where his brother seems to be shoe-in for county councillor. So congratulations to Pa. on his elevation to Fermoy Town Council and also it seems to Cork County Council. Timmy, almost on the halfway line but quite close to the sideline. Great strike by Timmy, great strike. Umpires look up and umpires unfortunately this time for Timmy. Umpires signal wide. Had the distance but lacking the accuracy. The rain teeming down here in Ballino. Schlitter seems to have gone into the neighbouring field, so nobody. Yes, thrown back into play. So Denny Fitzgerald. Denny about to take it out. Can he find his own men? Very crowded out. A lot of players between both 65s. All half backs and half forward. All half forward seem to be out there. Out this side. Sean Ryan well caught under pressure. Sean fouled. Great, nice piece of clean possession there from Sean Ryan. When you have the Schlitter on a night like tonight, I don't think the ref will leave the play go that much. If there's any hint of a free, I'm sure he'll give it because underfoot conditions could lead to melees and slipping and sliding. So I'd say the ref will be quite strict in those. Barry Johnson with the resultant free. Unfortunately for Barry, this one goes wide. 14 minutes, Castlelyons still a point to the good. 2 points to Castlelyons, a point to Bride Rovers. Brian Sheehan out this side. Barry Johnson. Barry knocked it down first and Barry gets a second bite at it. And off the legs there of Sean Kenny. So out for a sideline cut and Barry himself will take it. Rovers have come into the game more in the last couple of minutes. Backward pull there, but full back comes out with it. Barry, Tiggy has it. Tiggy plays in. Daniel Dooley. Daniel tries to pick it up. Daniel under pressure from 3 Castlelyons players. Brian Eidstood, but unfortunately only for McCann. Kieran McCann. Kieran plays it up along the sideline, up as far as Declan Wallace. Declan's shot blocked down. To discuss some of the Rovers player, the linesman over there gives that to the Castlelyons. Kieran McCann goes out to take it. The linesman over there is Ed Sheehan from the local club, and on this side it's Mick Walsh, also St. Catherine's men. Injury out, running repairs to Timmy McCarthy, I believe. So small stop and play. Rovers mentors and water boys and girls are taking advantage of this break and play as well to bring on some fluids to their players. Speaking to the ref beforehand, this game is not scheduled to go into extra time. Should there be a draw, as far as he's concerned, it will go to a replay. He's got no instruction to play extra time anyway, and he's the man in charge. Great cut by McCann. Great cut, but unfortunately outside the post again. Both sets of players seem to be well able to lift them, but unfortunately accuracy seems to evade them at the moment. Rovers need more return from their half-forward line. Tiggy and Jerome seem to have swapped position there. Maybe it's only for the puck out, but that's Leo Sexton. Barry Johnson. Barry in towards Colm O'Keefe and Donald. Great strike there. That is the young man. That is Daniel Dooley. He might have been thinking about English this morning, but he's certainly not now. So Daniel Dooley brings the team's level after 17.5 minutes. 2 points apiece. Brian Sheehan's puck out, down the middle of the field. Brian Murphy challenges there and pulls it from the grasp of Chemi. Fairly so or unfairly, let the ref decide. He hasn't decided. I think it's a clash ball. Yes. Racing out for here, Jerome O'Driscoll. Jerome hasn't been on the ball that much so far. It's couple Leo Sexton cuts that out. And towards Aidan Collins. Aidan, well won by Aidan. Can he clear his lines? No. Brendan Walsh versus Eamon Fitzgerald. Eamon has it. Eamon is crosser a score, but unfortunately neither. Ball goes wide. Must be very hard on the defenders. That ball very, very slitter, very, very greasy. So, an array of colour on the umbrellas down here, unfortunately. After the most glorious week of the summer so far, it's sad to see all the umbrellas back. Michael Collins. Michael plays Jerome in. And Jerome won't have the distance, and cuteness of the goalkeeper leaves it go wide. Despite the best efforts there of young Dooley chasing that one in again. Dennis Fitzgerald. It's very hard on any team to win clean possession tonight. Dennis goes out the far side this time. Out towards James Murphy's wing. Ball goes behind midfielders and backs. 4 Rovers players there versus Declan Wallace. And still Rovers seem to have time there, but delivery wasn't great. And line ball against them now out in front of their own dugout. Rovers would need to give their forwards better options with the ball out of defence. Barry O'Connell out towards the middle of the field. That was James Murphy tussling there. Peter Murphy, McCann. Here come Lions again. Castlelyons, Jerome pulled out of the tackle there maybe. So in towards full back, Barry Fitz, Brendan Walsh, and Brendan shepherds it wide. So in that passage of play there, it's scrappy enough, but the conditions probably don't allow for much better. So Dennis tries to find Michael Collins. Michael leaves there this time. It's Brian in towards full forward line. And towards Donald. Donald is fouled. Donald tried to play in there, tried to play in Colm O'Keefe, and Colm was through, but unfortunately, as was discussed last Sunday, there's no great advantage rule in hurling. Donald, a great old warrior. An inspiration to all the younger players. Colm O'Keefe obviously said something to the ref there in relation to the advantage rule, which really doesn't exist. Barry Johnson. Barry should put Rovers into the leave. Barry inside the arc. The referee standing over the ball asks the Castlelyons player to retreat. Sufficient amount. Barry rises and Barry strikes straight and true over the bar. So third point for Rovers. 22 minutes gone. Rovers in the lead. Brian Sheehan down the middle. Line ball for Castlelyons out under us here. Finian, Walters. Finian will be looking for options. Who's moving? Finian goes across the middle. Cut out there by Barry Johnson. Barry fails to get at the ball. So Rovers on the attack again. Dooley and Ryan. Beaten by cornerback, beaten by Barry O'Connell. Great covering by the full forward line though, putting the cornerback under pressure. But here comes Leo Sexton. Leo in turn chased by two Rovers players. Referee and linesman decide that's gone out. It's line ball to the Rovers. Despite the best efforts there of Declan Wallace. Brian Murphy goes over to take it. Across the middle, perhaps. Sean Cotter. Possibly not the wisest move there by Rovers, but Brian Murphy overtaking it, putting it across the middle where he might have been himself covering. But here come Castlelyons, 6 of one, half a dozen out there. The Lions player certainly grabbed onto the Rovers men. But cuteness there by Peter Murphy to win the free. Timmy, 47 or 8 metres out. One would expect Timmy to point this. Timmy McCarthy. Timmy off the post. Out to Trevor Maloney, the cornerback. Well watched by Trevor. Trevor out low and out the far side of the field towards Michael Collins. Michael in turn beaten by Peter Murphy. Michael fights hard for it. Jerome has it. Jerome O'Driscoll. Jerome is fouled. Well played there between young Michael Collins and Jerome. And well watched there. That one by Timmy went off the post, very high, hit the post, and Trevor Maloney was there to clear it. But again, have to count it against Timmy. Timmy would have been expected to point that one, 46 or 7 yards out. So 25 minutes gone. Rovers 3 points, Castlelyons 2 points. Barry Johnson, can he extend the lead? Yes, second one for Barry. Rovers 4 points, Castlelyons 2 points. But here come Castlelyons, a quick puck out. Finian Walters drives that in towards the full forward. Goalie Dinny has it. Dinny, coolness personified under pressure there. Out towards midfielder Padraig Murphy. Padraig leaves Barry. Up towards Daniel. Daniel Dooley. Daniel under pressure. Pass goes astray there. Daniel pass to Barry Johnson. Barry recovers. Great covering. Now Rovers are playing as a team. Great tenacity there. As was shown earlier for the free they won. Asking a lot of Donald Ryan there. Barry Fitzgerald, but Donald assisted by Jerome. Castlelyons out the side. Free man in the middle. Free man is Finian Walters. To his midfielder tonight, Kieran McCann. Kieran strikes, but unfortunately Kieran doesn't go where he intended it going. Jerome got sucked into the corner there and his man was free in the middle, and scoring opportunity went to begging for Castlelyons. Break and play, one of the Rovers players, Colm O'Keefe I believe, needs some attention. All the water people on with the magic bottles all over the pitch. Must be said, in these terrible conditions, a very sporting game so far. But it just didn't ignite into a real cracking championship player yet. .27.5 minutes gone. Rovers 4 points, Castlelyons 2 points. Out towards the centre, McCann under it. McCann beaten there by Padraig Murphy. Unfortunately back Padraig's effort. Leo Sexton mops up there. In towards Timmy. Timmy under pressure from Michael Carney. Michael is the man with the bicycle shots. Quick one but from Castlelyons. Denny Fitzgerald comes out and I think Denny is delighted to come with. Apologies to Michael there if he was the one taking the cut earlier. Michael would have reverted to the defence tonight to compensate for the lack of Barry Murphy. Barry, who is on a sabbatical thanks to the red card he got there in the recent league game. And Daniel Dooley has been drafted in corner forward, and Daniel is surely making his presence felt. Leo Sexton. Timmy Mack. Timmy's effort. Aidan tries to play it off the ground. Unfortunately, Aidan loses his footing and running away with it, Aidan O'Sullivan. Well done by the Rovers player. That's Michael Collins. As I said, with the last 5 or 10 minutes, Rovers, certainly the team spirit is very evident. That is Sean Cotter. Sean finds it hard to control the ball. Does now. That is McCann. Kieran McCann. Jerome. Straight pass. And now it seems to be Castlelyons turn to give away the ball. Back to Jerome. Unfortunately, I'd say clash ball there. Unfortunately, Jerome slipped and the pass from Sean Ryan didn't go to hand. Or no. The referee seems to want to speak to young Daniel Dooley. Didn't see anything. Just wondering whether something he said. Doing more than speaking to him. He seems to be booking him. So 29 minutes gone. First yellow card to Daniel Dooley. So as we enter time at the discretion of the referee, which there will be a few minutes with 2 injuries, possibly 2 minutes. No board here. Michael Collins onto Michael Carney. Michael, the normally half forward. Colm O'Keefe. Colm, I'd say, claiming he was fouled. Donald Ryan. And Donald Ryan, the goalie seemed to have it covered, but the effort of the goalie was no good because Barry O'Connell and the goalie got their calls mixed up there, unfortunately for Barry O'Connell. That effort from Donald went in off the hurley of Barry O'Connell into the goal. Goalkeeper Brian Sheehan seemed to have himself composed and waiting for it to pop into the hand, but Barry came across and his best efforts to clear it, just ball skidded off his hurley. So now, a break for Rovers. Colm O'Keefe. Colm was stretched a few minutes. Colm wins a free, fouled by McCann. Kieran McCann. That score seems to be after lifting the crowd. Another booking here from McCann. Wasn't much in it, but I suppose he did pull him down. Not a booking, just a tick. Just a tick, I'd imagine. So. Barry Johnson, can he finish the half with a flourish? Rovers, 1 goal and 4 points. Castlelyons, 2 points. But we'll have to go down to the rather fortuitous goal for Rovers. Barry Johnson. Barry, unerring accuracy. Barry's third free. That one all of 48 or 9 metres out. Referee calls for the ball. I'm sure it's half time. Ref seems to call to Brian Sheehan. Ref wants the ball. So half time score. Rovers change the score a lot in the last minute. 1-5. Castlelyons 2 points. Still all to play for in the second half. Referee Dave Copps there out in the middle of the field. Ready here at Savala Nuokon and Tarnalahos Nu. Very, very sporting game so far between the neighbouring clubs. No mouthing to each other. Both teams going about it manfully. Wind would be assisting Castlelyons in this second half, or would it? No, wind would assist actually Bride Rovers, I suppose. Really, it's hard to know. Rovers, Tiggy gets the first chance, and Tiggy, unfortunately for Tiggy, the umpire is already prepared to wave it wide before it crosses the line at all. So, puck out for Brian Sheehan. Castlelyons have it all to do. Scores are hard to come by tonight. Playing against the wind. Wonder will it open up play. Leo Sexton. Leo cut out there by Padraig Murphy. Padraig back to Barry Johnson. Barry dangerous winning towards square, towards Donald. Donald breaks down. Can Colm O'Keefe get running out to it? Colm under pressure from the full back. Was there a little shoulder in the back there? Colm still has it. Colm across the Donald. Oh, Donald, unfortunately the pass didn't go to hand. Still there. Pulled on the first time hurling. Colm pulls again. Unfortunately, Castlelyons boys cleared their defence there, but this time young Dooley has it. Dooley out towards the half forward. That was Sean Ryan. Sean blocked down. Leo Sexton. Leo's batted in by Padraig Murphy. Padraig as far as Jerome, but Jerome's effort goes to the right. Great start by Bride Rovers, but they could have done with a score for the effort they had. Slippery Slitter there, just cost Donald Ryan for that second. There's Brian. Tiggy, Michael Collins, Jerome. Back to Barry Johnson. Barry from a long distance out, and Barry unfortunately just goes wide. Barry had one leg on the sideline, but Barry opened the shoulders and let fly. Brian Sheehan. This is Sean Ryan. Colm O'Keefe outside him. Or sorry, young Dooley actually. Dooley's efforts over the bar. So great start by Rovers. Almost 3 minutes gone. Dooley scores the second point. 1 goal and 6 points to 2 points. Sheehan looking for an option. Down the far side. Up goes Michael Collins. Michael has it. Michael was fouled. Ref is none too happy with that. A few quick shrill blows, the whistle has gone to his pocket already. Speaking there to Ivra Cuigo, Cashlani Lehan, that is Declan Sexton. Wasn't happy. Well, let's Declan go away, he's looking for somebody else. Ivra 3, number 7, Peter Murphy. Peter must be in a wild swing or something. So the first yellow card to the Castlelyons boys. Young Dooley already on a yellow card from the last couple of minutes of the first half. So Barry, 67 yards out, very close to the sideline. Barry, unfortunately for Barry, the radar is just a small bit off at the moment. 3 great frees in the first half, yet to score in the second half. Sheehan with the puck out. Out on Michael Collins again. Jerome tries to pick it up. Jerome under pressure. Jerome beaten by Leo Sexton. Jerome helped by Michael. But unfortunately, despite the best efforts of Collins, the Castlelyons sideline cut. Taken quickly. That's Sean Cotter. Seems to be high tackle, and Sean will play on to the referee. Back towards Peter Murphy. And this is the other half back going right through the middle. Oh, great piece of play there. Great piece of play by inspirational captain Brian Murphy. A great little flick. So, referee overrules the linesman there. Linesman was giving a line ball to Castlelyons, but referee says it's free for the Rovers. Dennis Fitzgerald going out to the corner to take it. Dennis has to go back a little bit. Don't think it's going to make much difference, a yard or two. And Dennis reaches forward almost to the position that he was put back from. It's great to have a stretch like Dennis has. Dennis will drop this all the way beyond or to the half forward line. Bounce evades the Rovers players there. Donald Ryan comes out for it. That is Kieran McCann. Kieran going back for Kieran is fouled. Kieran takes it himself. Out this side. Out towards Timmy. Timmy beaten by the Rovers boys. Jerome has it. Jerome evades the first tackle. Jerome out play, slows down play a little bit out towards Dooley. Dooley back to Michael Collins. Twiggy registers his second point tonight. So looking good for Rovers. Only 6.5 minutes or so gone. 1-7 to 2 points. And thanks be to God for everybody here. The rain seems to have eased off. Sheehan out unders, out towards Timmy. Timmy was under pressure with Sean Ryan. Timmy needs to get into this game more. Padraig Murphy. Padraig in towards Donald. Donald and Cullum seem to get their calls right that time. Cullum has it now. Donald let the ball skip by him. Cullum in a acute angle in crossing the goal. Dangerous ball across the goal. Collins has it out to Donald. Donald gets a second chance. Donald's effort at pass block down. Jerome has it. Jerome out towards Sean Ryan. Sean over the shoulder, but unfortunately for Sean, just marginal goes wide. Should the Rovers full forward line be able to keep the ball in hand there? Possibly 2 goals gone a begging in this second half alone. After they scoring a rather fortuitous goal at the end of the first half, seems to have knocked the stuffing out of Castlelyons. Here come Rovers again. It's all Rovers now. Barry Johnson. Barry tries a pass along the ground, but unfortunately what he intended didn't work out. Jerome fouls Leo Sexton. So Castlelyons looking for options up here up front. Who's looking for it? A lot of skipping around, but nobody making a firm, committed run for the ball. Kieran McCann drives it, what they call another code, the Gary Owen, up in the air. Batted down by Padraig Murphy. Sean Ryan has it. Sean. Pass to Cullum. Donald Ryan into his brother. Unfortunately, Donald loses footing. Full back has it. Full back's fouled. Frontal charge there by Donald Ryan. So taken by the full back. Taken by Barry Fitzgerald. Sean Ryan. Sean very involved in the action at the moment. Padraig Murphy. Great strike by Padraig. He's gone all the way. Yes, gone all the way. Great strike from Padraig. From out around middle of the field, right in front of us here. So great strike from Padraig. Padraig registers his first score of the night. So Rovers now lead after 9 minutes, 1-8 to 2 points. Line ball to Rovers. The winners here tonight go on to play Blackrock in the next round. Quick one, but unfortunately too quick. Communication with Cullum wasn't there at the time. James Murphy tries to cut it out, but a line ball to Rovers again. Rovers beaten by Killian the round 1. Castlelyons beaten by SARS. Rovers, as I said earlier, were county finalists last year. Castlelyons, their best year would have been 2001 when they got to the final, and they were beaten there by Blackrock. Blackrock, as I said, the opponents of the winning team here tonight. Barry Johnson. Barry goes for another long one. Well grabbed, well plucked out of the sky there by Brian Sheehan. Padraig Murphy. Padraig, great ball by Padraig. In towards Michael Collins. Michael Collins' effort blocked down though. The Donald Ryan was inside him, but Michael seemed to be going low there. So Barry Johnson waits on the 65 for this one. Barry just after going for a Hail Mary effort from the sideline, it didn't work out. So straight in front of the post this time. Barry opts to go a yard beyond the 65. Great strike, straight and through by Barry. Barry's 4th place ball tonight. Brian Sheehan looking for options. Out this side, out. Where the full forward seems to come out, and Eamon Fitzgerald is out here in the half-forward line now. That is Michael Carney. Michael, the man I confused earlier with Brian Murphy. Michael plays in Dooley, but unfortunately Dooley therefore goes wide. Michael having a fine game at wing back. Barry Johnson brings it down, but unfortunately doesn't win it. McCann has it. McCann, strong running, strong man McCann. McCann pulled across him, so somebody pulled across him, so Castlelyons ball. So 67 yards out. His management down here asked him to put in around the house. Is that what he does? He goes all the way, but unfortunately all the way, but not with the accuracy. So Dennis Fitzgerald. Dennis looking around. Down the middle. Down on the Donald Ryan, who's moved out forward. Donald adds to it, but nobody inside now. Goalkeeper Sheehan has it. Sheehan pulled out of the sky by Collins. Oh, and a goal. Donny gets the goal. Donny gets a flick. Donny deserved a goal. Donny decided possibly after the few disasters earlier might have been better not to catch that one, and the deftest little touch put it over the cornerback's head and into the net. So Rovers 2 goals and 9 points. Castlelyons 2 points. Just over 13 minutes gone. Line ball out in front of us here. Kieran McCann. Kieran fluffed a little bit. Jerome has it. Jerome's ever blocked down there by Declan Sexton. There to be won again though. McCann has it. McCann loses out to Barry. Barry looking at the steps there maybe. Pull on the hurley of the Castlelyons player there, so free out for Castlelyons. So it's getting rather dark, a little bit dark here for the time of year, and this beautiful picturesque sound surrounds here. Farmland all over the place. Silage to be cut, but a game to be won, but looking good for Rovers. Sean Ryan foul there, not much in it. Trevor walked away, very little in that. Sean Ryan jumped over the tackle, but I don't think there was any malice there from the Castlelyons player. That was Declan Sexton. Castlelyons making substitution. Castlelyons, in the tradition of Gaelic football and hurling, when things go wrong, withdraw your corner forward. Rob Feeney is the first man to be withdrawn tonight. So Trevor has a new man. In towards Donald, right off Donald's shoulder. That time I don't know if Donald knew much about it, but so Rob Feeney's been replaced by Trevor Hickey. Wearing number 18, Trevor Hickey is now in corner forward for Castlelyons. Goalie, quick one to the full back. This greasy conditions doesn't work out. Michael Collins has him under pressure. Donald Ryan, Michael Collins, slitter on the ground. But Castlelyons get a second bite at it. Out towards midfielder, Leo Sexton. Leo met with a shoulder there. Leo raced clear with it, pulled on there. First time pulled in towards. That is Michael again, is it? A lot of tossing for there. Ball goes out off the stick of the Rovers player. Pulled on there earlier by Padraig Murphy when he came out towards the centre field. Walters after that time didn't take flight. A bit of a schmozzle. But great credit due to both sets of players, even in that situation. Now 4 players on top of each other. No wild pulling. Maybe I spoke too soon. On we go. McCann lets it off. Sexton. Push on the back there. Referee stops play. Jerome and Declan Sexton's there telling each other how much they respect each other's talents, but ref just asked them to change the conversation. On we go again. Referee Dave Copps goes over and see if the Rovers player far side of the field there. The water works magic. So here we go again. Free taken by Barry Fitzgerald. Holding on to the hurley there, well deemed to be holding on to the hurley of Kieran McCann, so free for the Castlelyons boys. So, should he drop it in or should he go for the score? They need the major, so I'm sure he'll go for the dropping the ball in towards the goal area. Batted out by the Bride Rovers boys. This is Aidan O'Sullivan. Aidan gone in again. Ball to be won there. Coolness personified. With Brian Murphy. Brian out towards Donald Ryan. Towards Jerome. Donald along the ground. The full back there coming out. The full back robbed. This comes Colm O'Keefe. Colm O'Keefe along the ground ball. Well done by Colm O'Keefe. A great goal. Colm O'Keefe there went through. When the goalie came out, crashed it off the ground and it bounced into the net. So Rovers 3 goals and 9 points. Castlelyons 2 points. Almost 20 minutes of play. Donald Ryan, the instigator that time, came out and pulled on the ground. Donald, no need of that. Bit of a chop down on Declan Sennett. The referee wants the word to Donald. Just a little ticking, I'm sure. So, full forward out this time. Eamon Fitzgerald, brother of Barry, the full back. Eamon, 50 yards out. Sends over it. Eamon goes for the score, and Eamon registers Lions' first score in the second half, his own second point. Castlelyons would have been expecting a lot more from Timmy tonight. But bar the first 10 minutes, certainly first 15 minutes, Rovers seem to have taken over. Very noticeable at one stage in the first half there, the way they just started to hunt in packs, and really they haven't let go of the jugular since then, shall we say. Foul on the Rovers boy. Foul on Barry. Again a bit of pulling, no malice. Brian leaves it to the goalkeeper, Denny Fitzgerald.
Yeah, so the expert said.
Denny could find the opposite square. Denny opens the shoulder, goes long in towards the goal mouth area. Donald Ryan looks at it. Donald Ryan strikes. It's actually not Donald, actually. Another point there. Again, that was Sean Ryan, actually. Sean and Donald. Sean seems to have taken up his brother's position inside in the full forward berth. So Sean scores Rovers' 10th point to go with their 3 goals. So 3 goals and 10 points to Castlelyons' 3 points. The Rovers might give some championship experience to some of their subs. Jerome has it. Into's full forward. Number 20 on there, like it's just saying. Number 20 there is Niall Fitzgerald. But unfortunately, ball. 2 more Rover subs coming on. Jerome has been withdrawn, as is young Dooley. So with 7 minutes and whatever the ref wants to add to it left, Rovers have made some substitutes. A trip on the Castlelyons player. Finian Walters. Finian's up, hobbles away. Leo Sexton drives that one in. Batted out by Murphy, only as far as the opposing Declan Wallace. Timmy, very noticeable. Timmy realises it ain't worth fighting for. Timmy very quiet going for that one, very timid. Here comes Rovers. This Terry Broderick. Terry is stalwart of the club. That's Stephen Boyce. Bit of a melee there. I said ref will just clash ball. Great credit due to the ref, like all those situations, blow them up quick and sort them out. But this is the rule in hurling, that you're supposed to be back 13 metres from the clash ball. It's a bit of a joke in inter-county hurling as well. So imply the rule or else forget about it. Here come Castlelyons. Full forward, plays Timmy. Back to the full forward. Oh, great flick there by Brian Murphy. And cleared by young Carney. Foul on the cornerback. Foul on Barry O'Connell. Well plucked out at Sky by Barry. Little afters. Move away, Aiden. Or move away, Cullum. Common sense prevails. Barry Fitzgerald. So Barry Johnson centre the field. And towards Niall Fitzgerald. Unfortunately, Niall doesn't have the legs to this one. Ball beats him, goes wide. 25 minutes gone. Rovers 3 goals and 10 points. Castlelyons 3 points. Here come Castlelyons. Great strike there. Finian Walters. Here comes the full forward. Eamon Fitzgerald. Eamon fouled. Eamon pulled back. So Rovers rear guards heads to net. Michael Carney among them gone into the goal area there. 21. It has to go for a goal. Won't change the result, but might alter the scoreboard somewhat. Bit of running repairs to the hand of one of the Rovers defenders there. The magic rub. Full forward. Eamon Fitzgerald. Eamon, will he bounce it in front of, perhaps there might even be too many players in goal, might come in each other's way. Goalkeeper steps out front though, and saved by the goalkeeper and cleared by Barry. Barry has it, Barry doesn't decide to clear it, Barry wants to run. Barry still full of running. Barry chopped down on Barry there. Chopped down on Barry there by Declan Wallace. But Barry might have been running, but Dinny now decides to jog. No hurry with this one. Dennis Fitzgerald will drive it beyond the half-forward line. Here's the call, goes far side of the field there. That is numbers. That's Terry. Terry called for it. Terry in towards Fitzgerald. Another hurley up by Michael Collins. Unfortunately, goalie was alert at him, but well done to the goalkeeper. Fortunately for Castlelyons again. Bit of a pull there by Ivra Shock from Castlelyons, but a bit of pushing. Free outs is the referee. Peter Murphy there seems to. But great save there by Brian Sheehan. Brian saw it late, but Michael Sean Cotter. Foul on Waller. So as the crowd begin to drift out of the field here, 28 minutes gone, Rovers have had this one in the bag really since the start of the second half. The fortuitous goal at the end of the first half killed it as a contest. Barry Johnson behind his own 65. Barry lifts, Barry strikes. Barry has the distance, has he? Or is it dropping in the goal area? Barry didn't have the distance really, but it's a screamer into the goal area. Should somebody make contact with it, but they didn't. So, by far the busier of the keepers, Brian Sheehan. Brian out the middle towards McCann. McCann can't be faulted for his efforts. McCann chased by 3 Rovers players. McCann up to Wallace. Batted out there by Brendan Walsh. Brendan as far as James Murphy. Great calling there between Peter Murphy and Barry O'Connell for Castlelyons. Castlelyons still soldier on. Barry has it out on the centre of the field. Barry chased by Mark O'Leary. And towards Cullum. Cullum across to Donald. Donald has it. Donald hand passes it across to Niall Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald's effort blocked down. Well saved again by the goalkeeper. Tackle on the goalie. You're allowed to tackle him outside his area. Colm O'Keefe seems to have gone down there in the edge of the square, but he's up again. Barry has it. Barry Johnson. As this game pitches out. Here come Castlelyons. Leo Sexton. Leo loses the ball. Michael Collins has it. Michael drives along with unfortunately Michael. Again, doesn't have the accuracy. So we're at time added on at the discretion of the referee. There shouldn't be much of it really. Few stops, but I don't think anybody would be offended should the ref decide to blow it. The magic bottle there for Michael Collins. So Rovers march on. Next stop, Black Rock. Great credit to the Castlelyons players, are still trying their best. Declan Sexton, but cut out by the Rovers cornerback. The fullback was Barry Fitzgerald. There the referees, that's the final whistle. Rovers, a very, very comprehensive victory. 3 goals and 10 points to Castlelyons, 3 points. So bragging rights in the local area stay with Rovers. So now refocus the radar for Blackrock in the next round. Cogardicus le Fawn and the Bride, Covrone le Castlelyons Lihan.